you doing?
Great. It's great to have you all in here. Sure, I'm supposed to emphasize it differently because of the spell.
Oh, yeah, that works.
As opposed to Texas. Yeah.
I think more than anything, most artists, Alexis, sorry if you don't mind if I start. Is that cool?
Oh.
Jessica Rabbit and Kid Khrushchev, for me, I love those releases, but you can hear that we're searching. Like I feel like the band didn't really have a strong identity. You know, like you can kind of hear that we don't know exactly what we are sonically, aesthetically, you know, like, are we a heavy band? Is it like super, you know, like tracks like Loyal For and I Know Not to Count on You and Jessica Rabbit are like airier, you know, they're lusher. There's like nothing really, there's not a lot of friction there. So instead of like trying to leave our comfort zone, which is the common thread with artists when they're starting a new project, it's like, you know, we tried something fresh. We wanted to leave our comfort zone. That's always the tagline. And that's great. By all means, you should do that. I think for us, it was a process of trying to find our comfort zone. Like, what the fuck is the band right now? Like, what do we sound like? And for me, I think the answer really came when we finished Justine Go Genesis, which is not just plugging in the new single. Like, that was one of the very first tracks that we finished for the record that made the track listing in like November of 2018. And when we finished that, we were like, oh, well, this is our band now. Like, this is what we sound like now. And I think we were both really excited by it. And for me, I can just speak for my end, what I have to bring to the table, the instrumentals. I just stopped being self-conscious about what I sound like. You know, in the past, I was really treating like my tendencies as like the enemy. You know, the things that I do naturally, like by default, like make things a little louder, you know, have my drums be really aggressive and loud and whatnot. For me, those were things to sort of hide from and to shy away from previously. Not on all the tracks. I mean, certainly there are like, quote, sleigh bell sounding tracks on Jessica Rabbit and Kid Khrushchev. But I just stopped treating those things like a liability and started treating them like a strength. You know, like what would happen if I stopped being ashamed of the things that I do naturally? And so that's sort of what this record is. Like there was no attempt to leave my comfort zone. I was more trying to find something that felt right. And Justine kind of kicked that off. And then from there, we got like the, you know, Sweet 75, Locust Lace, Tennessee Tips. And, you know, that to me, at least it has a cohesion that we've lacked. But I don't know, I could be wrong about that. I don't know. But, you know,
Yeah.
it's just a couple of synths stacked up on each other. I was trying to get it to sound like a kind of a demented ice cream truck. Like the lyrics so bleak. And the video is bleak as well. So I really wanted the music to provide like, you know, kind of a contrast to that. Like I wanted it to be really sweet to the point of almost being like cloying, you know, and that, it's like, it's an earworm almost to a fault. At least that's what it is to me, you know, it's of course subjective. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like a couple of synths, Omnisphere, maybe some Nexus. Yeah, 2 or 3 patches that I'm kind of stacked on top of each other and they're trading off and on. Faulkner, Southern Gothic.
You know,
sure, I get it. I understand. No, I'm kidding. But the lyrics are the song started actually a while ago. I started the chorus a couple of weeks after Lil Peep died, actually, and it was initially about fentanyl. You know, like locust lace, just give me a taste, let it be locust lace. I mean, you know, the opioid epidemic was in full swing. People were, I mean, just the body count was just going up and up every day, whether it's, you know, somebody high profile like Peep or Mac Miller. Outside of that, just a ton of people playing Russian roulette with that shit. And it was tragic. It was fucking heartbreaking. And that drug was never in my orbit, but others certainly have been. And I have, you know, had a lot of self-destructive behavior in the past. That's an old pattern of mine. And it's just about that moment when somebody just says, fuck it. Like they know that they're toying with their lives and they just don't care. And that kills me. It's an anti-drug song, but it's about that moment when you're just like, you know, like the pre-chorus, call up the queen, give us a taste. I feel like dynamite. I feel like dying tonight. It's when you go to the edge of the cliff, you look over and you just step off. You don't care. So it's really, when I said it was bleak, it's a very bleak song. And then the verses sort of became a little more abstract, just kind of about the moment in general. I'm not going to get into the previous administration. It certainly, like I've been saying in a number of interviews, brought out the worst in a lot of people. But yeah, that's what that came from. And the melody, Alexis, which she writes all the melodies, but it's like that old Kurt Cobain thing, you know, nursery rhymes. He famously said they were trying to write nursery rhymes. So go ahead, Alexis. That's like your shit.
No.
So the album title.
Yeah, so I would
we're
wonder.
gonna pull a mystery card on it. We're gonna leave it for now. Yeah, sorry, man. It's such a boring response, but yeah, it has nothing to do with the state. I mean, I could definitely say that.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, did one come with the other? It's not a.
For us, just became an interesting slash hilarious context for the action to play out in. It's like, kind of a play on like the Porter Wagner show, Dolly Porter, that type of thing, where there's so much formality, and it's so showbiz in a beautiful way. It's not a knock on those, but just the idea of an artist in that setting running into a brick wall repeatedly just seemed hilarious to me. And like it would be striking and hopefully funny and memorable. And ultimately, it is a music video, so I wanted it to be entertaining,
Right.
But yeah, it also allows you to play with wardrobe and just fuck around with shit and hopefully make something interesting and funny. And it needed to be funny because of the lyric, It's like, it's not a pretty song. So it's like that old, I mean, it's like old as dirt, right? It's like a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, that vibe. So it's like, if you read the song on the page, it's about hardcore despair. But you listen to the song and it's like, hey, it's fun, right? And like, that's perfect for me. This band, that's kind of like the sweet spot for Sleigh Bells. It's like, is it real or is it just like Looney Tunes? But then there's this violence. And I like that when it just has you kind of scratching your head. And that's where it feels when things get kind of fresh and exciting for me. It's like all that shit, that's just right up my alley. Go ahead, Alexis.
I mean, there's definitely.
Yeah, that's the thing for me. It just feels like the theme there is the difficulty of breaking old patterns and creating new ones and how important that is. It's like vital. And the inability to do that can lead you down really bad paths. So it's just that redundancy, like running into a brick wall over and over, yet you're still doing it. That's just like, I mean, self-sabotage has got to be one of the most, as common as writing love songs, right? And that's the Justine video. It's the same thing. She just keeps opening her eyes. Am I still in it? Fuck, I'm not out yet. I'm still haunted. I'm still, just falling into the same traps. So I guess, yeah, if there's a narrative, which isn't essential for me to enjoy a video, it's just, for me, it's just a vehicle for a feeling. Maybe that sounds pretentious, but yeah, there is a common thread there. So, so true.
We were
and they were just smashing it. So good.
All the time.
Yeah.
I love Louisville, by the way, man. I used to go to Ear Ecstasy a lot. Been to Crazy Fest a bunch in the late 90s. Played it actually with my old band. So it's a great city.
Yeah.
I just remember that.
Florsh,
Amazing. Damn, thank you. It's very flattering and humbling to hear. So cool. Yeah, those 4 shows in the beginning were just like incredible.
Just straight on.
Yeah, it was nuts. I mean, the energy was just like, yeah, there's nothing like it.
That's wetty, hot. Yeah, we love that.
There's a lot. Was that a real question?
It's actually kind of goes back to what we were talking about with like self-destructive behavior. That song itself is kind of stream of consciousness, but like rock and roll is used here as a euphemism for like bullshit, running around, getting drunk, getting high, just doing knucklehead shit. And it's like, I turned 40 like a week ago. And so I was writing from Alexis's perspective, talking to me, but this is an imaginary conversation. But I'd imagine her being like, aren't you going to grow out of this bullshit? Like, come on, So it's kind of me just like pulling the rug out from beneath myself. But yeah, so no, it's not like, and if it was, I feel like the joke is that the song answers the question. If it is about music, which it's not, then, based on the song, you have to kind of answer that question yourself. I mean, I love that track. So for me, I hear that question and I'm like, obviously not, but again, it's subjective, I'm sure some people will hear that song and be like, this is fucking garbage. And yeah, you guys are washed. It's over. But anyway, to each his own.
By the way,
thank you very much. Yeah, August 25th. So I'm only like a week in, not even.
You guys.
There we go.
I don't know. It just does the thing, like it comes out of the speakers and it does the thing. As far as, yeah, it's a tough one. Like when it comes to writing stuff, like most of my favorite artists subscribe to the conduit theory. Like they're just channeling. it's not them. And that's a really beautiful way to remove the ego. I think I love it. I mean, my position is that like, I don't even think about it. Like I'm a racehorse, like just put me on the track, let me run. And so that's how I am with writing. Like that Sweet 75 riff, that's just like a couch riff. I think I was watching a football game. You have a nylon string, I had a nylon string on my lap and I'm just like fucking around. Just comes out and you're like, oh, there's one. You know, you put it in your iPhone voice recorder and then build a song out of it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sure I've written plenty of bad ones. Not sure. I know I have. So you never really know. You just kind of put it out there. For me, it's like if Alexis responds and she's very measured, like I'm a very demonstrative, like over the top enthusiastic person. And Alexis is very calm. So I might hear someone be like, yo, it's the best shit ever, blah, blah, blah. But for us, like if I send her a track and she's like, I think there's something here, that's when I know. Yeah. So it's really kind of up to her. I mean, everything that comes out, you know, like we have to both support it unanimously, or it's got to be unanimous. So, yeah. I guess
also that
my subtlety's never really been a strength of mine. It's like, but you'll always know where you stand. You know, it's like with me, it's pretty cut and dry. So, but
with a little bit of a 90s Madonna vocal on top.
It's very flattering. I love all those records. It's also, there's a West Coast girl group from the 60s called the Tammies. They have a song called Egyptian Shumba. And that was like a really big influence on that track, actually. If you haven't heard that song, to you or to anybody that might be listening, go check out the Tammies, Egyptian Shumba. It's got like a mania to it, and it's really loose and just reckless. So when I hear Justine, it's like that. And then, yeah, I mean, it's only right that I would name check Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails. Been a fan since I was 10. I mean, I got Broken, the EP, when it came out in 91. I was 10 years old. So yeah, there's no getting around that. And I wouldn't want to, you know, those records are incredible. So yep. Yeah, for this, while we were making this record, it was Hesitation Marks. Okay. Gun to my head, I guess I'm going with Pretty Hate Machine. I mean, it's great. It's astonishing. What am I going to say about Nine Inch Nails that hasn't already been said?
Sure.
But man, I love all the new stuff. It took a long time for the EPs to grow on me. You know, Add Violence, that type of stuff. Like really was underwhelmed at first, but I love it all, man. Yeah, they're on it. Yeah. Amazing record. Yeah, I love The Fragile. I mean, I love them all. I'm just like, yeah, put on the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Good record. Like 10 days, 9 days.
Right.
We play our.
But is there a great balance happening right now, or do you?
I think it's about Treats, and then the record comes out the next day. You know, like Treats shows on the 9th, Texas comes out the 10th, so it's like this is where we were, and it's a bridge to where we are, you know, where we are now and where we're going. So for me, it kind of like, yeah, there's a smooth transition there.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's an incredibly humbling thing to hear, and that's all I will ever say to shit like that is thank you. You know, that's the goal, is to try to make something incredible and inspiring and life affirming. I'm not saying we're doing any of those things, but I am saying we're trying, and I don't see us stopping anytime soon. I mean, yeah, that's what it's all about for us. So thanks, man.
Yeah,
of course. Thanks a lot, Kyle.